If you're doing a keto or low carb lifestyle, you have got to try these 2 grams of net carb bagels. We start by shredding up mozzarella. I use a whole 1 pound brick for this recipe. And tip, you really need your food processor for this recipe, so I don't know why I didn't just shred my cheese with the food processor. I could have saved myself a lot of time by doing that. Okay, once you have all your cheese melted, add it to a pot, turn your heat on low, and add 4 ounces of cream cheese. You're going to go ahead and stir this up and let it start to melt. Keep it on like a medium low so it doesn't scorch on the bottom. Okay, while you have that melting, go ahead and get a mixing bowl. You need to mix 2 cups of almond flour. Almond flour can really be your friend in a keto lifestyle, especially for baked goods. And then we are going to mix in 1 tablespoon of baking powder. This is going to help make your bagels rise, give them the nice fluffiness like a traditional bagel. So mix up those dry ingredients and then just set them aside. Make sure you are checking on your cheese during this time. Don't let it burn. So just keep mixing your cheese until it is nice and smooth like this. It almost looks like a Velveeta, just really smooth and creamy. And that's when you know that it's going to be ready to mix. When your cheese is all melted, now you want to get 2 eggs, add them into your dry mix, and then this is where you're going to need your food processor because you're going to add all of these ingredients, the dry mix with the eggs and the cheese, into your food processor. Go ahead and pulse it, mix it on low or high, whichever your machine can handle with this, and it's going to turn into like a dough. When it's all mixed together and it looks like a dough, go ahead and put it out on a counter. Have a little bit of almond flour on the counter just so it doesn't stick too bad. Okay, and once you have it all out of the food processor, you're going to kind of knead it into a dough, separate it into equal portion sizes. You should get around 8 or 9 bagels from this recipe. As you can see, I have some that are like a little bigger than others, smaller than others, so try and make it as even as you can, just so that they bake evenly. Now to shape the bagels, I kind of roll them into a ball, stick my fingers in the middle and make a hole, and then stretch that hole gently all the way around to make it like a round bagel shape. These look pretty small when you shape them, but they do rise and get bigger in the oven when they bake. So don't be alarmed. And just pinch them together as best as you can if they separate, because it'll still bake together. It'll be totally perfect. Okay, so we have 9 perfect bagels ready. We're going to put them on a parchment-lined cookie sheet, evenly spaced apart. Remember to give them room. Like I said, they do expand and get bigger in the oven. And once you have them on your tray, then you want to put your toppings on. Best way to make topping sticks stick is with an egg wash. So just crack 1 egg in a bowl, mix it with a little bit of water, and then paint that on top of your bagels. You just want to put a light layer on top of your bagels just to make the toppings stick. It also gives your bagels a nice shine, so they would look more like a traditional bagel. So for these ones, I did some everything bagel seasoning, which is like an onion, garlic, poppy seed, and sesame seed. I think I also did some salt bagels, which make it taste almost like a soft pretzel when you use that thick sea salt, the coarse ground sea salt. And then I did a couple with the onion, because who doesn't love a good onion bagel? Okay, here they are ready to go in the oven. And you want to make sure your oven is preheated to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. They will take about 12 to 15 minutes to bake. They'll be nice and puffy when they're done. A little golden brown on top, just like these. Just make sure you let them cool all the way before you cut them.